Welcome to the first official virtual annual general meeting from NAILD. As many of you know, in the past, we combined this meeting with our annual convention, but a few things happened this last year, so here we are. You should have received an email with an overview of what we're going to cover today. So before we kick this off, please note if you have any questions throughout the live stream, to leave those in the comment box on the YouTube page. The new board will answer all those questions after the formal meeting has closed. So we'll kick it off. Spencer, the president.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon for those on the East Coast. First, I want to just introduce our current board. We have Corey Schneider, Lighting Unlimited out of Phoenix, Arizona. We have Treasurer Brian Edmondson out of Pacific Lamp Wholesale out of Portland. Our President-elect, Matt Thiessen out of One Source Lighting, Grand Junction, Colorado. And our two vendor members, Alan Karen from Satco and Kevin Wolf from Diode LED. Who's walking somewhere.
The hell of a mask.
See where we're at. Yeah, I don't know. We got clouds going on. First, I want to say it's been obviously a little weird year. We took over in Reno, April of last year, I believe. And by June, we had changed our management company. So it was a very quick transition. And that's something Corey and I had been working on for a good year. We saw where the organization was going. We were having some financial difficulties, and we made the change. And we are very glad we've made the change at this point. So then COVID hit. COVID has been a real big issue, obviously, for all of us in our own businesses and NAILD. But under the new management, we've increased our distributorship through a pandemic, which is quite amazing and speaks volumes to the management company we have. So thank you too for that. We also guaranteed profit, which is something that now looking back on the last 6 months I'm very, very glad we did it. We're on a 3-year contract where we guarantee profit year after year, no matter what happens. And as the times we're all going through, it's a good contract we have. We're not losing money anymore. Another transition has been that our volunteer board now acts as advisors to the management team. Previously, now we had to, as working in our own businesses, we had to also work on the organization. So from the outside, probably not much change, but inside it has been a breath of fresh air for us. I've been on here 7 years. We've also hired Bree Gurman, who is a admin administrator for NAILD. And she has been great working with new members, helping getting vendor members, doing all the things behind the scenes, sending you all those weekly emails and keeping everybody engaged while we're all virtual. Aside from the internal changes, we're now working closely with a lot of other organizations within the lighting industry. IES is now accredits the lighting specialist training programs. That's huge. As you all know, we've been trying to do that since 2014 that I can recall. We've strengthened our ties with other industry professionals, such as NAILD, IDA, ELC, IMARC, NCQLP, and working on some strategic engagements with the IES, in addition to being accredited on our trainings. We're also working with trade publications such as Edison Report, Lighted Magazine, Inside Lighting, those have been huge. We've been getting a lot of hits. We're seeing a lot of movement on those, and they've just been very good to get the word of NAILD out there and show what we can actually do as an organization. Our innovation days at the pre-conference for IES back in August, we had 177 unique visitors the first day live. That's not coming back later. That was actually logged on live to the stream and watched everything that NAILD had put out. So again, thank you for everybody logging on to that. For our own outreach, our social media campaigns have led to tens of thousands of engagements and impressions, new contacts, new distributor members. And this is not just within North America. This actually goes globally. Our podcast has a banner year where we had more than 50,000 downloads and streams. We had our first appearance on Apple Podcast charts for U.S. technology category, so that has been a very, very big thing for us. NAILD Podcast also appeared on international charts in Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, and Sweden. So as you can tell, we're moving beyond just North America, and we're hitting lighting professionals all over the country, all over the world. I'll say we've relaunched our former magazine that some of you may be getting in the mail now. Today's Lighting Distributor, and as a print publication, we're now focusing on our members' interests and needs. Hell, I was even on one of the covers, so that was nice. And then our digital newsletter, we've reinvented that, I believe, 6 times since I've been on the board. Or if you correct me, but it's been a lot of reinventing that thing. And now I would say we have the industry leading newsletter going out every Monday morning. I know for myself on the West Coast, it's there when I wake up, and usually the first thing I read every week. The title we did change. We now call it the Lighting Industry News Brief instead of the Light Brief. And we did that strategically to work with other organizations within the lighting industry. And again, it has been a huge success. All this work through a pandemic has also led to 10 new distributor members. This is my 7th year on the board, and I do not remember a time where we were able to add 10 distributors, let alone there a time when we're all having issues in our own business. So kudos again to the management company for doing that. We are at a record high number of distributor members. We are very close to a 2-to-1 distributor vendor ratio. Our goal is to get to 3-to-1, but we're finally at 2-to-1. And that, again, is something I haven't seen since at least 2012. So these are all great accomplishments for what we've had to deal with, canceling a convention, dealing with the pandemic. I believe we've set ourselves as the leader in the lighting industry moving forward, and our numbers are showing that. So I want to thank all of our members. I want to thank my fellow board members over the last year. We've had a lot of calls, had to do a lot of decisions, and lastly our management team, Greg, Michael, Bree. You guys have done an amazing job over the last year. And I want to wish Matt, you're the new president-elect. I want to wish you all the success over the next year. I think we've got the organization in a very thriving position for you to take it over and grow this thing to that 3-to-1 ratio that we're all looking for. I guess I'm supposed to pass the gavel virtually. This is also a first. Don't know how we're going to do that, but I'd like to introduce you all to Matt Thiessen out of One Source Lighting in Grand Junction, Colorado. You are now
Spencer.
the president. So Greg, what am I doing next here, Greg?
We're passing over to Matt. The gavel that we don't have right now, but we'll get it to you, Matt. You be ready.
Okay. So do we need to swear me in, or am I good to go? Or
Spencer swears Matt in.
I will swear you in. So repeat after me. I, Matt Thiessen. I'm saying it right.
I, Matt Tessing.
Do solemnly swear to uphold and enforce the bylaws of NAILD.
Do solemnly swear to uphold and enforce the bylaws of NAILD.
And to execute all duties of the president of the board to the best of my abilities.
And to execute all duties of the president of the board to my best of my abilities.
I swear I will not abuse this position.
I swear I will not abuse this position,
the association as a whole, or any of its members for personal gain.
the association as a whole or any of its members for personal gain.
I promise to show due respect to the members of the board and to always act with their advice and best interest in mind.
I promise to show due respect to the members of the board and to always act with the advice and best interest in mind. I accept this gavel as a
symbol of authority being granted to me.
That authority is being granted to me. Thank you all. All righty.
Real quick, sorry, Matt, before you start, we did miss one big step, Spencer, that you got to do. You got to announce those awards.
Well, I think I'm going to do that. Oh no,
you take it away, Matt.
No, Spencer, you're right. You're going to do the awards. Sorry about that.
All right, back to me. Again, I apologize if I have a bad internet connection. I'm doing this over a bad connection. So one of the other things we've done with NAILD is we've brought some awards that I don't think we've had in the past. So we've created the first one we created is called the Paul Hafner Award. those of you that have been in the organization for a long time, you know Paul Hafner. He was a fixture at all of our conventions. If you came up through lighting in the last 10 years, you probably ran into him somewhere. If you ever went to Phillips, you definitely were trained by him. For myself, one of the best training individuals I've ever had the luxury of being in front of for a week. So I love that we have decided to name this award after him. So our inaugural Paul Hafner Award will go to Sid Phillips out of Professional Lighting in Greensboro, North Carolina. Again, Sid is a fixture at NAILD. I think I've been coming now maybe 15 years. I've seen him every year. I run into him every year at IMARC as well. Just a great individual, great lighting mind, knows lighting probably better than most of us. So, Sid on. Do we have him on the stream?
I don't see him right now. Scott, do we have him logging in?
He should be. It may just take a moment.
Okay.
And for those that don't know Sid, he's the one always wearing the Kentucky basketball apparel at the convention. That's how I've always remembered him. There we go. How you doing, Sid? Sid is a fixture at NAILD.
Sid, you're on.
Sid, you here?
Oh,
Sid?
Sid,
yeah.
Sid, if you want to, close the YouTube link and go. We're live here right now. It's a little delayed on the YouTube, so you've been given your award. Did you hear it?
Oh, thank you. I wasn't aware y'all were giving out an award for. Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
We can hear you. Yeah.
All right, sweet. No, it's a pleasure to represent. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Yeah, go.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, Sid.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Delayed.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Sid, are you with us?
I'm there. I'm having a problem with getting rid of the YouTube.
Got ya. It gets confusing with the different links.
Uh,
All right, Sid. So you heard what your award is, right?
yeah. Let's move on.
Well, congratulations. Well deserved, Sid. All right. Thumbs up from Sid.
All right. So we're moving on to the second award. Is my stream still working?
Yep.
All right. So our second award is the Gary Root Award. For those of you that again been with NAILD for a while, you remember Gary was the longtime owner of Atlanta Light Bulbs, and I believe he was past president and was again a fixture at every convention. And that award is basically for the personality in the lighting industry, the one that we all know. When we see him at a convention or at lunch, breakfast, whatever, we always stop and say hi and talk about him. That award will go to Steve Robinson out of Watt Saver in Hartford, Connecticut. Do we have him logged in now?
This may just take another moment.
Okay.
Hopefully this is the first and last virtual conference we ever have to do.
A few moving parts with this, isn't there? Just a few. I'll give it a minute. You see an attempted login there, Scott?
Nothing yet?
Okay. All right. maybe we have to go back to it then if Steve does come on, but well deserving again of that award. Again, we would have preferred to do this in person, but we're doing our best here. So if Steve does log in, we'll jump over to him. Oh, there, Steve.
Oh,
How we doing, guys?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Everybody hear me all right?
Yep.
Nice to see everybody, even if it is not in person.
That's right. Now, did you hear Spencer's award announced?
I could catch some of it, yeah.
See an attempted log in there?
nothing yet?
So it was the Gary Root Award for Personality in the Lighting Business. Congratulations, Steve. You deserve it.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for all the board for nominating me and giving me an
All
award.
right. Maybe we have to go back to it then if Steve does come on, but well deserving again of that award.
Oh,
And we would okay. Doing our best. I think we got some YouTube delay here on some of it too. So thanks, Steve. I think that was all we needed from you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, good
thank
to see
you,
you
Steve.
guys.
Congratulations.
All right.
Okay, so Greg, I think it's about time for me to get rolling here.
It's over to Matt now. Yep.
So this is the time you all been waiting for. This is going to be the results of our election for our new vendor board member and the distributor board member. Our winner of the vendor board member is Doug Niebelsberger, and I know that I probably annihilated that name, but you can correct us as we move forward. So Doug is going to be our vendor board member, and then our distributor board member is going to be Jeff Nefusi. And I got two good names to start out with there. And Jeff is from A&M Electric, and Doug is from Light Efficient Design. I think the next piece of business here is we need to have them log in and swear them in as new board members. And I think we also are going to have Corey that is leaving us. Our winner of the vendor board member is Doug Niebelsberger.
There he is. Jeff, maybe you turn off the YouTube link. And Doug, if you could turn off the YouTube link. That's a little delayed.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome. So, Doug, we're going to do your swear in first. If you could repeat after me. I, Doug Niebelsberger.
I, Doug Nebelsberger,
Oh, good. Do solemnly swear to abide by the bylaws of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors
I solemnly swear to abide by the bylaws of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors
and to serve the advisory board to the best of your abilities,
and to serve the advisory board to the best of my abilities,
and swear not to abuse my position,
and swear to not abuse my position,
the association as a whole, or any of its members for personal gain.
the association as a whole for any personal gain.
I promise to show due respect to my fellow board members
I promise to show due respect to my fellow board members
and to always act with best interest of all NAILD members in mind.
and to always act in best interest of all NAILD members in mind.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, Jeff, you're next. I, Jeff Nefusi,
I, Jeff Nefusi,
do solemnly swear to abide by the bylaws of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors
do hereby abide by. I'm not going to get this. Sorry. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
do solemnly swear to abide by the bylaws
Do solemnly swear to abide by the bylaws
of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors
of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors
and to serve the advisory board to the best of my abilities.
and to serve the advisory board to the best of my abilities.
I swear not to abuse my position,
I swear not to abuse my position,
the association as a whole, or any of its members for personal gain.
the association as a whole or any of its members for personal gain.
I promise to show due respect to my fellow board members
I promise to show due respect to my fellow board members
and to always act with the best interest of all NAILD members in mind.
and to act with all the best interest with all the NAILD members in mind.
Thank you all. Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
So I think we have the new board in place. And now I would just want to welcome everybody to the annual meeting. I'm Matt Tessing, owner One Source Lighting, Grand Junction, Colorado. We're a commercial residential lighting distributor with a lighting showroom, as well as working with contractors and in the electrical side. Been in the lighting industry since 1987. I'd like to thank my employees for supporting me in this endeavor as and the NAILD organization. It's an honor to serve as a board member the last few years and to be president of NAILD, as well as to serve our colleagues. Last year was building new bridges. This year and 21, I think it's going to be about reinforcing our business values and goals. Some of the new things coming within the organization that we've been working on is our new continuous education program. It's called the LS Evolve. It's in the closed beta right now. The new venture will be regularly updated, stream on demand, short videos designed to get directly to what matters to the average lighting distributor, someone that spends all their time selling lighting. The LS Evolve is just a start of our education program update. We'll be updating the NAILD homepage, bringing all the current LS programs into one place, creating a resource hub for all of our members, and we'll have more news, more membership benefits with the LS1, LS2, and the LSC. Will be updated. We're going to be re-recorded, modernized, not just in terms of material, but also the presentation. Hopefully we can do things beyond the online world in the coming year. We're planning most impactful lighting convention we've ever had for 2021. We've had 2 years to plan this event, and we're going to make sure that it's a huge success. So stay tuned. We can't just have one convention. We're adding a state of education events across the country throughout the year as well. I can't offer too many details on this yet, but we're excited to hit the road for these. A couple of the other new things this year is we're going to grow our audience, our influence, and our membership. Some of that comes with some of the projects we're currently working on that I've mentioned, and some will come from partnerships outside our organization. But most importantly, I want to do that by making memberships with NAILD more valuable. Projects that are under consideration that have been discussed is piloting a lead generation service, which will dovetail with the LS Evolve program. This idea is that NAILD will educate its members and then provide real opportunities related to the high-end specific education set out in our LS Evolve. The pilot is working on opportunities for us in the UBC world, but can be deployed along a multitude of educational avenues. How do we pay for this? Well, we haven't got that figured out yet, but I will be reporting back to you with respect to the success of the pilot and how NAILD will seek to cover its costs. Another topic that we run into a lot is hiring employees is always tough. NAILD is considering offering recruiting services specifically for order desks, counter sales, outside salespeople in the lighting distribution space. And this will be a fee-based service, but it will be targeted to the kind of people NAILD distributors want and need to employ. Finally, there's been a lot of talk for a long time about the NAILD distributors sharing real-time information about stock, material costs, perhaps joining forces to compete with Amazon, which is out there. Yes, I said Amazon. I don't know exactly what that looks like right now, but we are considering options. It's a moonshot and most likely beyond the scope and ability of this association, but it's worth considering. If it looks good, the board may consider taking a plunge. Why not, right? How exciting it is that without a convention and in the midst of a pandemic, we have more distributor members today than we've had in a decade. I'd like to thank Michael and Greg for assisting with this. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. You make Spencer's and my job and the board's job quite easy this last year that I've been involved with you guys, and it's been great. The commitment that you guys have to the organization is awesome. And with this, the continuing management support, I'm confident this trend will just continue as far as growth. If it were normal times, I would set like firm targets for future growth, but it's such an awkward time. I don't feel it's probably the right time for that. But we are going to grow in the rest of 2020 and 21. This association we're on the move, and it's an exciting association to be involved with. Greg?
That should do. Do we have any questions here, Scott, that have come in? I'm not on the YouTube link, so.
We don't have
Not
any
seeing
yet, but let's just give everyone a minute to go right ahead. Anything for the board to answer at all? You just leave that in chat. We will get to it.
Okay. So we're going to hold off for a second here.
We'll just hold on for 1 minute.
Okay.
Unless Brian's got a question. Brian, you got something? He does not.
I think so. Okay.
I offer congratulations to Matt.
Thanks, Alan.
I have no questions.
Work. Okay. Any other questions, Scott? It doesn't look like anything's coming through.
Nothing. I think if anyone's watching this on the VOD or comes up with a question later, you can always approach us